I.S.U.P.K.
We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Only men prepare to die. We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Never let them call us back. We want no cowards in our camp, in our camp. Only men prepare to die.
Most people that is in power in this earth know your true identity, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian. They don't ever want to tell you your identity. Is it a group of white people that don't understand? Maybe so. But the problem is the one that's in power will never let you come up. Because they understand when you realize who you are, their time is up. You got any more to that?
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
That's the Lord telling you right there. Your heritage will be discontinued from you. During that time in slavery, in them 400 years, man, we were stripped of everything. True enough, we were cursed for not listening to the law, not going by the law. But that time is over. You tell me why we still getting persecuted in the street? Why every time you see a police killing, you know it's a black man? Every time you look in news, there is a black man being killed. There was a man named Daniel Hambrick that got slaughtered. He got shot in his back for doing nothing. Now once he got shot in the back, they seen him justified. When there's a law, when you have your back turned, you do not pose a threat. So you tell me why that policeman emptied his clip into that man's body. You tell me why that brother, what's his name, Eric Gardner, got choked out? He had asthma, said he couldn't breathe. Did that stop the police? No, it didn't. The policeman used a illegal chokehold, a rear naked choke, and kept choking that man. Now white people step up to this podium and want to give me statistics on that they get killed more than us. That's a damn lie. Let me tell you something. If you in a society where you are on top, there's no reason to annihilate your own. If you on top and you got a certain different type people that you do not respect and you see them as dust, you will do anything you can to annihilate them and kill them. And we witness it every day on social media. There's no statistic that you can bring out to tell me that there's a problem with whites killing whites. The truth is you kill where you at. So if there's any statistics that he's trying to bring out, it's because he's seeing where white people live. But the problem is when you come to the hood, when you come to the highways and byways where blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians stay, when you go to those places that are being gentrified as I speak, then you'll see the truth. See, the problem is there's two different worlds in this place. There's a white world and a black world. The reason why this white man can't even relate is because he don't even know anything about how blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians live. They live in a world where they can't get the same type things that they get. The white man has every advantage in this earth. He runs the earth. He's in rulership. So for him to come up to us like we're spitting out lies, I can give you just constant statistics. I can give you constant examples. I can take you to YouTube, Facebook, anything, the newspaper, magazines. The rate of blacks being killed in America is ridiculous. There's no way a white man can relate to the status of the black man in America. One reason, because your so-called President Trump that wants to make America great again cares nothing but about white people. It's all about white supremacy. Why else would you pick one separate nation, the Hispanics, and you want to kick them out the country? But you don't say nothing about the Asians. You don't say nothing about the East Indians. You don't say anything about any other person that's not from this country. And on top of that, you're not from this country. You took this country. You stole it. You raped it. You murdered it. And then you got some nerve to act like you got something to say, like you got statistics. The only statistics you got is that you're a murderer, you're a homosexual, and you're a pedophile. That's about the only thing you can say. That's why anything that you say does not matter. Because at the top of this, I'm going to tell you something. We're not here for white supremacy. We're here for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, man. They're all in the pockets in this white heaven you see down here. Because at the end of this discussion, like Proverbs 28:1 says, the wicked will flee while the righteous will not pursue. This white man has no kind of judgment here. He has no say-so. Let me give you an example. If this was a KKK rally and we were full of KKK men speaking, there will not be a black man in the midst trying to argue with them. Let me tell you what this is. Anytime black men, strong black men, are trying to gather their people together, like Zephaniah 2:1 says, you will find a white man trying to destroy it. Black man, you know what I'm talking about. You can be on your job. You could be talking to another brother or another sister. What happens? You got somebody from management. You got one of them little white employees that's gonna try to break it up. They cannot stand you gathered together, especially when we speaking on one accord to bring ourselves together. Like I said, the wicked gonna flee. The righteous will stand here like lions. Is that it on that? Keep going.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not.
Now this is talking about us today. Our people, we in captivity right now. And we serving a nation that has no love for us, and we in a land that we don't know nothing about, man. We don't know nothing about this land. We from Israel, man.
Right.
The white man has no idea about this land. He's from the Caucasus Mountains.
Right.
And he act like this is his. This is what he does. This is the spirit of the white man. You just seen him sitting right here in my face. I could have blazed on him. I do it all the time. But my point is, we're reaching out to our people because they confused. Just like this scripture said, their identity will be taken away. Our job as priests and prophets of the Lord is to wake our people up. Let's get, give me Deuteronomy 27:1. Like I said, I'm gonna wake our people up and show you your identity, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian. This is something you need to understand. You're gonna get to an age where you don't know who you are. And you're gonna go on some voyage trying to be all these different type religions and denominations and cultures that the white man has made up, mostly. But I'm giving it to you right now. We have been taught the truth about the Bible. That's why black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian, you need to understand you are the true Israelites that this Bible speaks of, man.
Right.
Let's read.
Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded.
That's Moses. This is a commandment from Moses. If you know anything about Moses, Moses got his orders from the Most High. Let's see what he says.
And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments.
Keep some of the commandments.
Keep all the commandments.
You can still eat pork and catfish.
Keep all the commandments.
No, the only thing you have to do is just pay tithes.
Keep all the commandments which I command you this day.
Now that's saying keep all the commandments. So that totally destroys any Christian church that you're going to right now. It totally destroys it. Because the first thing they're going to teach you is the Old Testament is over. When Christ said he didn't come to destroy the law, he came to fulfill the law.
Right.
He came to keep it going. Break it down to us so we can understand how to fight that flesh. Once you understand law, once you understand what you're supposed to live by, then you'll understand heritage. Then you'll understand where you come from. If you understand where you come from, can't nobody stop you.
That's right.
Because at that point, you are a nation. You're supposed to be who you're supposed to be. You're not a black man trying to be white.
Right.
You're not a Hispanic man trying to be Asian. Look, what they do is what they do. You need to come to this truth and be who you're supposed to be.
Right.
We out here because we truly love our people, man.
That's right.
That's the reason why we out here. Now let's go further into the identity of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Read,
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
Now to hearken diligently means to listen, focus, pay attention, like we speaking right now. Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments.
Again, it is saying do all his commandments, not some of them, all of them. Read.
To observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee above high, will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Now, if Moses was talking to the Israelites, and you understand black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian, that you are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of, and we just read that he said you're above all nations, why are you clinging yourself to other nations?
Right.
The Lord just told you, you go by these laws. You claim your heritage. You embrace it and don't let nobody take it away from you. You will have the kingdom. You will be in rulership. Because let me tell you what people do that destroy nations like white supremacy has. The first thing they do is they'll kill the men. They'll take the women, keep the young. They'll destroy the city. They'll destroy all your records and destroy your history. They'll destroy your God. Why? Now they are your God. They are your history. They are your culture. You can look at the Babylonians, the Romans, the Greeks. You can look at the white man America today. They are doing the same thing. And it always takes the Lord to send leaders, prophets, priests, to wake his people up again and help them rise up so they can be saved out of the oppression that they in. And that's what we here doing. Deuteronomy 28:15. Got it? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Again, we're looking at the reason why you can connect yourself to the Israelites. Hey, Naquan, can you give me the Pictorial Bible Dictionary? Now, let me tell you something, man. Whenever you speaking the truth, whenever you telling the truth of the Bible, we not up here threatening nobody. Let me tell you what we doing though. We cutting spirits, man. We hold our own. Let me ask you something. Why is it that it attracts the white man to come up here and try to say we ain't talking about nothing? When we said from the beginning, the only thing, get that man to fly, the only thing we've been talking about is gathering our nation together. Zephaniah 2:1 says, O nation not desired, gather yourselves together. Why is the Lord saying that? Because he knew we would be destroyed. The white man has the gift of the sword, man. He has the gift of war. He has a 400-year jump on you. Black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian. You was in oppression. He got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions in cotton money, corn money, vegetables. While you was in the field of free labor. Let me tell you something about Abraham Lincoln. He didn't give a damn about you, black man. Only thing he gave a damn about was the South rising up against them. The white South rising up against the North South. They ain't give a damn about you, black man. You was a commodity. In their own constitution, they consider you 1/5 of a man to this day. 3/5. Salakia. 3/5 of a man to this day. That law has never been changed. There's a law called peonage, where you legally can be still a slave. All they gotta do is lock you up. It's called peonage. If I'm not mistaken, the 13th Amendment allows them to lock you up and not pay you for any labor that you do. So if everything that we saying are lies, and we doing a hate speech, we only care about our own, which is true.
That's right.
Then you tell me, why are all these laws still in effect to keep you divided and up under the white man?
Right.
He knows what he's doing. He's taking crafty counsel against us.
Right.
Only thing you gotta do, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian, come to the truth. Go by the laws of the Bible and watch the change. You don't have to keep eating this pork. You don't have to keep going into a building that they call church. That ain't church, you the church. The church is in you. And you want to follow these people like TD Snakes? His son is a homosexual.
Right.
He said homosexuality is evolving. When the Lord said it's a blasphemy.
Right.
So how can this be a pastor, man?
Right.
Let's read. Page 330. Now when we gonna read out the Zonovan Pictorial Bible Dictionary, I'm gonna show you, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian, but I'm focusing in on the black man because we always want to attach ourselves to Africans. We always want to attach ourselves and cleave on to these heathens. Let's look and see what this Pictorial Bible Dictionary says that Ham is. Remember, in the flood, Noah had 3 sons, only ones to survive. The Lord flooded the whole earth. Why? Because we doing what we doing now. Marrying white women, marrying other women from other nations, going against the laws. These are facts. We can bring this stuff out. We only go by the Bible, man. The only reason why we're using the Pictorial Bible Dictionary, it lines right up with it to give you definitions of what we're saying. You come from the descendants of Shem. There's a son called Japheth, and then there's Ham. Let's see what the descendants of Ham are.
The Bible Dictionary Pictorial. Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
The what?
The youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races.
Now, this is the part where most people want to just graft you into an African. And again, if you want to consider yourself an African, you need to look at this sign to go by who you are. That's your guideline right there. Let's keep reading.
He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes.
What?
Not the Negroes.
Now, he just said the progenitor of all the dark races. Here's the part no one talks about. Your Christian church will tell you that you all the same. When the scriptures don't tell you that. It said if the Lord is telling you you're a nation above all nations, how are you the same?
Right.
So you tell me the Bible contradicts itself? Just like this just said, Ham is the progenitor of all the dark races. You talking about Ethiopians. You talking about Cushites. You talking about Philistines. These are the African nations that the Bible is talking about. Why is there a distinction among dark races and Negro? Like I told you before, slavery in America, when you look at them signs, you didn't see Africans for sale. What'd you see? Negroes.
Right.
You seen Negroes for sale. They knew we were different. Is that all of that? Okay, keep going.
Not the Negroes,
Now we finna give you an example of what the dark races were. Read.
but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites. Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and Canaanites.
That just gave you a description of what those dark races was, man. This is the reason why we need to pay attention to what you're being told. To what you're being told by white supremacy, to what you're being told by so-called Moors, what you're being told by Christianity. Because I'm going to tell you, most people will sit there and laugh at you, take you as a joke. But when you become a scholar, you become studious, and you start paying attention to what's going on, and you understand the truth of the Bible, and you understand the truth of your heritage, then you cannot be fooled.
Right. Right.
And nobody can do anything but respect you. They can hate you all day, but they'll respect you for who you are. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:15. Finish that up. And again, I'm going to show you also how you know you're an Israelite. Because this did not happen to the Jewish man. One thing you got to understand is that the white man that calls himself a Jew in Israel right now is a descendant, is a seed of Ashkenazis and Khazars from a Turkish lineage. They are not the true Jews. Even the president of Egypt, I want to say in the early 2000s, he said, how did the Israelites leave black and come back white? If you a true Jew, according to the scriptures, you're not even supposed to be in that land. You still under the curses. Not anymore. We did that 400 years. But now I'm going to show you, if you're an Israelite, these curses. Let's read.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes.
Hold on a second. All right, keep reading.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
All these curses that we dealt with during slavery, we seeing our brothers and sisters being killed every day, murdered, raped. We in slavery right now. We in captivity right now. And the whole reason why they even started is because we went against those laws. Last time I checked, the so-called Jewish man, and I say ish, he calls himself Jewish, which means to be like. He's supposed to be persecuted right now. He's supposed to be under some kind of curse right now. He is one of the ones ruling the earth. So tell me, how is he an Israelite? How is he the Jew? Keep reading. Now here's just a straight meat scripture, straight to the point. No Jewish man can ever admit that this happened to him. The only kind of persecution he felt was when Hitler lit them up with them gas chambers. But this right here never happened to him. So you tell me, how can he claim to be a Jew? Read.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
When the Bible is speaking of Egypt again, we already did our servitude in Egypt, man, the first time. It said again. Egypt in Greek, Egyptos, it means bondage. We will go into bondage again. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With ships. So that means slave ships. I don't know how else to break that down any more simple. The Israelites were put on slave ships. Keep reading.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Now it's just saying you'll be put on slave ships again in bondage, and you will be sold to your enemy, not to see your land. Tell me when that happened to the Jewish man. When? The only thing a person can do is turn away, because they can't prove that fact. It's only one group of people that happened to, man. The Israelites, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Even when Columbus came over to South America, got the Taino Indians, and shipped slaves back over to Spain, they were on ships. When did that happen to the Jewish man? It cannot be proven. But it can be proven with the black man, the so-called black man, the so-called Hispanic. This is your true heritage, man. This proves who you are, black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian. You are the true Israelites the Bible speaks of.
Right.